Okay, first of all, the only thing I really want to start off saying about CPS is that CPS was started by our oppressors. And my child was not taken from me by Child Protective Services, but while I was incarcerated, CPS was called to Cynthia O'Vera's house because of some things that I told someone while I was in the jail. And CPS finally came up. They came up to the jail, but tried to refuse to tell me where my son was. And they were trying to lie and make it seem like I had been convicted for hurting his father. But the truth was his father was hurting me and the baby. But see, these black women who work for CPS was willing to lie and make it seem like my baby daddy, who had just got out of prison, got 8 charges, including like 5 violent charges, was not abusing us for the system. So these black women was willing to lie on paperwork and try to make it seem like I had been convicted to just go ahead and try to give my son away. No, my son was never taken by CPS. He was never given to Cynthia by CPS. This is why I'm exposing the entire litigation abuse of taking my child from me in the beginning. And a woman from CPS, I told her, I said, if you do not tell me the whereabouts of my son, because I was protecting my son, I said, then I will see you with my lawyer and I will come to your office. Well, my baby daddy ended up beating up another woman in his mother's home, and the police were called and he was arrested. And CPS finally decided to come up there and tell me where my son was, but they was gonna sit over there and lie. And this clip say caseworkers and social workers are often guilty of fraud. They hold and fabricate evidence seeking to terminate parental rights unnecessarily. And that's what they did to me. CPS did not do it, but Judge Tracy Gilbert did it in his courtroom. There was nobody even there to look over the evidence. There was nobody there. I was the only black person in the courtroom, and they knew that it was illegal what they was doing, but they had looked at my finances and seen that I didn't have any money, so they felt like because I was a poor African American woman that they could sit over there and abuse me in the courtroom and give my child away to the woman whose son was abusing me. And she told the police not to help me. When I was calling the police department, a white woman, she called the police officers and told the police not to help me while me and my child was being abused in my home because she didn't want her white son to go back to prison. And I told that black lady, CPS worker, that tried to not tell me where my baby was when I was in the jail. I said, first of all, I'm innocent until proven guilty. I said, I ain't been convicted of anything, so you need to tell me where my baby is. And she refused to do it. And then so a CPS worker came up and talked to me after Austin was arrested for beating up another woman, where the first CPS woman was going to try to come and take his side and make it seem like, oh, you hurt him, try to coon for some white man. And then when he beat up another woman up in his mama's house and was in the jail with me while I was fighting the charges, now all of a sudden CPS come running out the woodworks and then told me where my baby was at. And then they asked me, did I feel like he was safe with Cynthia? And I told them, I said, I just don't want him going into the system, so it's okay for him to go ahead and stay there until I get out. And when I got out, they framed it to where I wouldn't have no family or friends' house to go to, so I couldn't get my baby back because it's a coven involved and it's pedophiles involved, and you can't trust CPS because they was finna try to come up there and lie on me. They was trying to murder me in the fucking jail cell with these black CPS workers gonna sit over there and try to lie and make it seem like I had been convicted already, and then they was just gonna give my baby away to this white woman with me up somewhere dead for protecting them.